Sam, what would you think if someone said, rent is $800, bills included?
I'd think great deal.
That's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Let me guess, it wasn't.
At the end of the month, I paid $950.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Welcome back to English at the Corner Café, where we learn real English through real-life mistakes.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Sam. Today's episode is about something that sounds simple.
But it isn't always clear.
Understanding what people really mean.
So I was looking for an apartment, scrolling through listings, comparing prices, doing the usual. Then I saw one that looked perfect. $800 per month, bills included.
Sounds like a dream.
Exactly. Good location, clean photos, reasonable price, and that phrase, bills included.
Right.
In my head, that meant electricity, water, internet, everything.
Of course.
I visited the place. It looked good. The landlord was friendly. I asked a few basic questions, but not the right ones.
Okay.
And I didn't ask, what exactly is included?
Important question.
Very important, but at that moment, I didn't want to seem difficult, so I said, sounds good, and I moved in. End of the month, I get a message. Hi, Alex, here are your bills for the month. I thought, okay, maybe just a summary. Then I opened it. Electricity, extra. Internet, extra. Maintenance, extra.
Wait, so what was included?
Water, just water.
That's very specific.
And suddenly, I realized bills included didn't mean all bills. It meant some bills, and I had never asked for clarification.
Right.
In my head, I was thinking, should I question this? Did I misunderstand? Is this normal? Is my English the problem? But the truth was simple. I assumed. I didn't confirm.
This happens all the time in English. Words like included, available, flexible, soon. They sound clear.
But they're often not specific.
So this is a great chance to learn some useful phrases for asking for clarity. For example, number 1, what exactly is included? Simple, direct, essential.
The one I should have used.
Exactly. Or 2, does that include electricity and internet? Ask specific follow-up questions. 3, and this is very important in money situations, are there any additional charges?
Very important.
4, you can say, just to be clear. For instance, just to be clear, are all utilities included in the rent? And 5, if something feels unclear, could you break that down for me? So the big language tip here is instead of assuming and saying, okay, I understand, you should say, could you explain that a bit more? Or what does that include exactly?
Are there any extra costs? Clarity saves money.
And there's a cultural note here. In many English-speaking environments, people expect you to ask questions.
If you don't ask, they assume you understand.
And vague language is common, especially in ads and listings.
So responsibility is shared, but clarity is your responsibility. The next time I rented a place, I asked everything. What exactly is included? Are there any extra charges? Can you list all monthly costs? And the answer was much clearer.
So today's takeaway, if something sounds too simple,
Ask one more question, because included doesn't always mean everything.
So today's lesson?
Never assume,
Always clarify.
especially when money is involved.
Your English doesn't have to be perfect.
But your understanding should be clear.
See you next time.